It was a tremendous show of heart by Joshua. If Klitschko was a younger Klitschko, I don't think Joshua would have survived that round. But surviving that round showed a tremendous amount of grit, and really the young champion walked through the fire. Tremendous props to AJ on getting past that round. It was a great spectacle, a quality fight. It helps to revive the heavyweight division. Wilder and Joshua would simply be sensational. They are two big, strong, quality heavyweights. They both present danger for one another. I think if Deontay lands flush with the kind of punch Klitschko landed, I don't know that Joshua would get up. But at the same time, Joshua is a big, strong, quality heavyweight, and he poses his own risks. It's a wonderful fight. I would expect an explosive, quality fight. I don't think Joshua has quite the concussive power that Deontay has, but Joshua brings other intangibles. Down the road, I think Joshua and Wilder will be a massive fight, and Joshua Wilder will not go the distance. I would say, certainly by next year, that the fight will happen. Those are the words of Lou Dibella, the promoter of WBC heavyweight world champion Deontay Wilder. He's suggesting that had Deontay Wilder caught Anthony Joshua the way that Klitschko caught him, Joshua might not have got up. I've also seen other people say that if Wilder dropped Joshua and he did get up, Wilder wouldn't let him off the hook. He would finish him. Now, I've got a few things to say about this. As far as what Dibella said there about a younger Klitschko not letting Joshua off the hook, Klitschko's always been cautious. It's not like when he was younger, he was less cautious and he would finish people early. No. You go back and look at Vladimir Klitschko's career. He's got a history of hurting guys early in fights and dropping them and not finishing them off. So this is not something that we've only seen in the past couple years as he's been in his 40s or late 30s. No, this is something that goes all the way back through Klitschko's career, all the way back through his 10-year reign as heavyweight champion. Was it his second reign as heavyweight champion? Because he was WBO heavyweight champion before that. So that's just typical Klitschko, not finishing the guy off and being cautious about it. So I don't think a younger Klitschko necessarily would have finished Joshua because he's not that kind of guy. You look at the Eddie Chambers fight, for example. Eddie Chambers, a small heavyweight, barely weighed over 200 pounds. He hurt Eddie Chambers. I think it was in the second round with a big right hand, buckled his legs. He didn't go for the finish. He waited until the 12th round when Manny Stewart was jumping on his case, shouting at him in the corner, screaming at him, to actually go at Eddie Chambers and finish him. And Manny Stewart did that in many fights. He had to shout and scream at Vladimir Klitschko to get him to finish guys off. So yeah, I don't personally believe that a younger Klitschko would have necessarily finished Joshua off. I don't buy it. In fact, if anything, the older Klitschko has got, the more aggressive he's become. When he fought Mariusz Wach, that was one of the most aggressive performances that Klitschko's ever had. When he fought Kubrat Pulev, that was a very aggressive Klitschko. And this Klitschko that we saw against Joshua might have been the most aggressive Klitschko that I've seen since the Mariusz Wach fight. Very aggressive. And even at his most aggressive, he's still cautious if he drops you. So, but as far as Wilder, if he caught Joshua with that kind of punch, and also Dibella's comments about Wilder being a more concussive puncher, I mean, I've never been hit by either of them, thankfully. I'd like to keep it that way. It's really hard to gauge who's a harder puncher. It seems as though Wilder hits a bit harder because when he hits people, they tend to stay hit. But he hasn't fought exactly the greatest quality opposition. So, I don't know. I mean, but that being said, even second tier quality opposition can take punches sometimes. You know, the guy with the best chin in the division is not usually the guy who is the best fighter in the division. I think right now, in terms of heavyweight boxing, the guy with the best chin is probably Mariusz Wach. But he's not the best fighter, is he? Dylan White also has a very good chin. I mean, you're not going to tell me that Dylan White doesn't have a better chin than Klitschko. Look how many shots Dylan White took from Anthony Joshua in that fight until he eventually went down in the 7th round. Those are the shots that put Klitschko over numerous times. Those are the shots that put so many other fighters over. But Dylan White stood up to them shots. So you don't have to be an elite fighter to have a great chin and be difficult to knock out. So that has to be said. So, maybe Wilder hits a bit harder than Joshua. I don't know. Never been hit by either of them. But one thing I will say is the people who believe that if Wilder got Joshua in trouble, like the way Klitschko got him in trouble in the 6th round, that Wilder wouldn't have let him off the hook, I actually agree with that. Wilder is an instinctive fighter. If he, he's got that killer instinct. If he hurts you, he is going all out. He's going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at you. And he gets ridiculed and lampooned for his wild approach. Once he gets you hurt, he just throws all types of windmill shots. And, that may be true. But at the same time, when you're hurt and then windmill shots are coming in and they're cracking you on the side of your jaw, you won't be laughing. Wilder has a tremendous amount of energy. That's one thing that people don't really talk about when it comes to Deontay Wilder. He is one of the most energetic heavyweights out there. Very, very energetic. And when he gets you hurt, he is just like a threshing machine. Just shots coming from all over the place, extreme energy. And also because he is quite light, he's a tall guy, 6'6" or 6'7", but he's a lot lighter than Joshua or Klitschko. And therefore, he's able to throw more shots without getting as tired as those guys. He's not as heavy bodied as those guys are. So he would really definitely, in my mind, empty the clip on Joshua if he had him hurt. And then would see how well Joshua would cope with that. Anyway, just some food for thought. Let me know what you feel about Dibella's comments here. Would you like to see Joshua Wilder? There's a lot of people who, based on the Klitschko fight, believe that Wilder would actually beat Joshua. Are you one of those people? Let me know what you think in the comment section, people. It's happening. I'm out.